Hare Krishna, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We continue reading from Caitaniya Caritamita Adi Leela, chapter 10, text 130. No, we said we are going to do the revision of all the branches. So we'll do the revision of the branches of the tree of Lord Chaitanya. The tree of Lord Chaitanya, the tree of love of Krishna, there are many branches. And then we start with Srivas Pandit and Sri Rama Pandit. They started the two branches. Yes. Yeah. So the first two branches are Srivas Pandit and Rama Pandit, along with they started the first, considered one big branch. These are the four brothers, Srivas Pandit, Rama Pandit, Shripati, and Srinidhi. And there are many, many sub-branches. So then there's Srivas Pandit and Rama Pandit, and there's Shripati and Srinidhi. So they are the two branches and many, many sub-branches. Then there is another branch of Acharya Ratna and his associates. Acharya Ratna is also called Chandrasekhar Acharya. And Lord Chaitanya had played the role of Lakshmi Devi in a play which was enacted in the house of Chandrasekhar Acharya. So the four brothers, Srivas Thakur, Srivas Pandit, Rama Pandit, Shripati, Srinidhi, they are one branch. Another second branch is Acharya Ratna. The third branch is Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Pundarik Vidyanidhi, he is Vrishabhanu, Srimati Radharani's father in Krishna Leela. The same Vrishabhanu has come as Pundarik Vidyanidhi in Chaitanya Leela, and he's the third branch. He's the spiritual master of Gadadhar Pandit. And Gadadhar Pandit is the fourth branch. And in Panchatattva, we have the Gadadhar Pandit. We say Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara. So this is the Gadadhar Pandit. And then we say Srivas, Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So the Srivas we say, that is we just read, he and his brothers are the first branch. Then the fifth branch is Rakeshwar Pandit. Rakeshwar Pandit was a great dancer. He could constantly dance for the pleasure of the Lord in ecstasy for 72 hours. And Lord Chaitanya would sing personally while Rakeshwar Pandit would dance. It is like an exchange of love. And so that is Rakeshwar Pandit and Jagdananda Pandit, that's the sixth branch. Jagdananda Pandit, he is an incarnation of Satyabhama. Satyabhama, and Krishna's wife, has come as Jagdananda Pandit in Chaitanya Leela, and he is the sixth branch. And then Raghav Pandit is the seventh branch. Raghav Pandit, and there is another sub-branch from this Raghav Pandit branch, and that's called Makardvajkara. Raghav Pandit had a sister called Damayanti, and she would cook for Lord Chaitanya. She would cook everything so nicely, pack everything in bags that it could last for 1 year. This type of whatever she would cook. And the bags would be called Raghavera Jhali. Then the eighth branch is Gangadas Pandit. he was the headmaster of the school where Lord Chaitanya was teaching, Gangadas Pandit. The 9th branch is Acharya Purandara. Then the 10th branch is Damodar Pandit. Damodar Pandit is the 10th branch. And then 11th branch is the younger brother of Damodar Pandit called Shankara Pandit. The 12th branch is Sadashiv Pandit. The 13th is Pradyumna Brahmachari. Pradyumna Brahmachari, he was a worshipper of Lord Nishingadev, and so Lord Chaitanya changed his name to Nishmananda Brahmachari. Then the 14th branch is Narayan Pandit. 15th is Shriman Pandit. 16th is Shuklambar Brahmachari. Shuklambar Brahmachari, there's many, we will be hearing the pastimes. And then Nandan Acharya is the 17th branch. Nandan Acharya, it was in Nandan Acharya that Lord Nityananda was hiding when he came to Navadvip, and Lord Chaitanya went looking for him over there. So then 18th branch is Mukunda Dutt. And Mukunda Dutt is a amazing singer, and while he sings, Lord Chaitanya dances. The 19th branch is Vasudev Dutt. And Vasudev Dutt, he said to Lord Chaitanya, take away everyone's suffering, all sinful reactions, let everyone's come only to him. Let him only suffer for everyone else, and let everyone else go back home, back to Godhead. The 20th branch is Haridas Thakur. He's the Namacharya. And then that's Haridas Thakur. Then the 21st branch is Murari Gupta. Murari Gupta is an incarnation of Hanumanji. Hanumanji came in Chaitanya Leela as Murari Gupta. By his profession, he was a physician. The 22nd branch is Sriman Sena. Then 23rd is Gadadhar Das, and he's famous because he made the Qazi chant Hare Krishna. He went to the Qazi and told him, chant Hare Krishna. And the Qazi told him, tomorrow I will chant Hare Krishna. Gadadhar Das started dancing. He said, why tomorrow? You already chanted the name. And then 24th branch is Shivananda Sen. Shivananda Sen, he would do a very important service, bring all the devotees of Bengal to Jagannath Puri every year. And he would make all the arrangements, he would pay for all the tolls, everything he would do. Then Shivananda Sen, and then there were the sons of Shivananda Sen, 3 sons. They're also part of the branch, Chaitanya Das, Ram Das, and Kavi Karnapur. Then he has sub-branches. Then there's the 25th and 26th branches, Govinda Nandan and Govinda Datta. They used to sing in Kirtan, Govinda Nandan and Govinda Datta. 27th branch is Sri Vijay Das, and he would write books by hand and give them to Lord Chaitanya. Then the 28th branch is Krishna Das, who is known as Akinchana Krishna Das. The 29th branch is Sridhar Kolaveka. He used to have a small, maybe just a small garden of banana trees, and he would sell the cups made of the banana leaves. And there's very loving pastimes between Lord Chaitanya and Sridhar Kolaveka. Then the 30th branch is Bhagwan Pandit. And 31st is Jagdish Pandit. 32nd is Hiranya Mahashya, unto whom Lord Chaitanya in his childhood showed his causeless mercy. Then 33rd and 34th are Lord Chaitanya's students, Purushottam and Sanjaya. The 35th is Vanamali Pandit, and 36th is Buddhimanta Khan. Buddhimanta Khan. And 37th is Garuda Pandit. Garuda Pandit. 38th is Gopinath Simha. Gopinath Simha and Lord Chaitanya jokingly called him as Akrur. So that was 38th. 39th is Sri Khandavasi Mukunda and his son Raghu Nandan. The 40th is Narahari, Chiranjiva 41, Sulochana 42, and they are all big branches of the tree of Lord Chaitanya. And there's a reference just in the middle here about the 20th branch, Satyaraj, Ramananda, Yadunath, Purushottam, Shankara, Vidyananda. They are all belonging to the 20th branch, and they're all coming from a village called Kulinagram. And we heard that all the inhabitants of Kulinagram, they had the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. So the 43rd, 44th, and 45th branches are Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and Anupama. Rupa and Sanatan, they are two of the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. And then so they're great preachers. They've given so much to the Krishna consciousness movement. And then Raghunath Das Goswami is the 46th branch. Raghunath Das Goswami was the son of a very, very rich man, and he gave up everything to join Lord Chaitanya. And then Raghunath Das Goswami, and then we have Gopal Bhatta Goswami is the 47th branch. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, when he was a small boy, Lord Chaitanya had stayed at his house when Lord Chaitanya was visiting South India. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami, although a small boy, would serve Lord Chaitanya there. Then the 48th branch is Shankararanya. And he had sub-branches which are called Mukunda, Kashinath, and Rudra. The 49th branch is Srinath Pandit. The 50th is Jagannath Acharya. 51 is Krishna Das Vaidya. 52, Pandit Shekhar. 53, Kavichandra. 54, Sasthivara. 55, Srinath Mishra. 56, Shubhananda. 57, Sri Ram. 58, Ishana. 59, Srinidhi. 60, Gopika Kanta. 61st, Mishra Bhagavan. So this Ishana, he was the servant of Sachideva. The 62nd branch of the tree was Subudhi Mishra. 63rd, Hridayananda. 64, Kamalanayan. 65, Mahesh Pandit. 66, Shrikar. 67, Sri Madhusudan. 68 was Purushottam. 69 is Galima. 70th is Jagannath Das. 71, Sri Chandrasekhar Vaidya. 72, Dvija Haridas. 73rd is Ramdas. 74th is Kavichandra. 75th, Sri Gopal Das. 76th, Bhagavatacharya. 77th, Thakur Saranga Das. Thakur Saranga Das was the one that he did not have any disciple, and Lord was again and again from this heart. The Paramatma was telling him, you accept a disciple. So he said, okay, the first person I come across, and he came across a dead body. So he made him alive and he initiated him. The 78th branch was Jagannath Tirtha. The 79th was a Brahmana, Sri Janki Nath. The 80th is Gopalacharya. 81st was a Brahmana by the name of Vaninath. Then the 82nd, 83rd, and 84th branches are the three brothers, Govinda, Madhav, and Vasudev. Okay. And then we did these three brothers were 84, and then 85 and 86. Anyway, there's mention here Bhagavatacharya, Chiranjiva, Raghunandan, Madhvacharya, Kamalakanta, and Yadunandan were all among the branches of the tree of Lord Chaitanya. Then Jagai and Madai are called the 89th and 90th branches. So like this, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has given us 90 branches of the tree of Lord Chaitanya. Of course, he is saying there are many, many devotees. There are many devotees of Lord Chaitanya, innumerable, but he has he's named a few because who had more contact with Lord Chaitanya. So then we reviewed the branches of the tree of Lord Chaitanya, and we'll continue reading. Text 130, Bara Shaka Eka Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Tanra Bhagnipati Sri Gopinath Acharya. So translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. There was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, one of the biggest branches of the tree of the Lord, and his sister's husband, Sri Gopinath Acharya. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, this very interesting pastime between Lord Chaitanya and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. How Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became a devotee. And he's being called one of the biggest branches. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's brother-in-law, his sister's husband, Gopinath Acharya. The original name of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was Vasudev Bhattacharya. His place of birth, which is known as Vidyanagar, is about 2.5 miles away from the Navadvip railway station or Chanpahati railway station. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is also somewhere near Navadvip. His father was a very much celebrated man of the name Maheshwar Visharad. So his father's name is given as Maheshwar Visharad. It is said that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was the greatest logician of his time in India. He was really famous. He was the leader of all the impersonalist kind of. He was teaching the impersonalist philosophy in Jagannath Puri. And so he was a great logician. At Mithila in Bihar, he became a student of a great professor named Pakshadhar Mishra, who did not allow any student to note down his explanations of logic. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was so talented, however, that he learned the explanations by heart. And when he later returned to Navadvip, he established a school for the study of logic, thus diminishing the importance of Mithila. So, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he himself went to Mithila to study logic under the teacher Pakshadhar Mishra. But Pakshadhar Mishra would not allow anyone to write down his explanation. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, very sharp, he learned all this. He learned all these explanations and he went back to Navadvip. He started his school. And so like that, he had many, many students coming there. And Navadvip became very famous. It became like a center of learning. People Prabhupada is writing, still people come to Navadvip to study logic. According to some authoritative opinions, the celebrated logician Raghunath Shiromani was also a student of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. In effect, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became the leader of all students of logic. Although he was a Grihast householder, he even taught many sannyasis in the knowledge of logic. So he was such a great logician that even though he is a grihast, sannyasis would come and learn from him. He started a school at Jagannath Puri for the study of Vedanta philosophy, of which he was a great scholar. So he used to study the Vedanta and he used to teach the Vedanta. He started the school in Jagannath Puri, and when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he advised the Lord to learn Vedanta philosophy from him. But later, he became a student of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to understand the real meaning of Vedanta. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is so famous. He has so many students coming. He himself is studying Vedanta. He's teaching Vedanta. But only after he heard Vedanta from Lord Chaitanya that he understood the real meaning of the Vedanta Sutra. So only then he could understand what is Vedanta really. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was so fortunate as to see the six-armed form of Lord Chaitanya known as Sadbhuj. So Lord Chaitanya revealed his Sadbhuj form to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. The Sadbhuj form is the Lord with six arms, two arms as Lord Chaitanya, holding the sannyas rod and the karmanda, two arms of Lord Ramachandra holding the bow and arrow, and two arms of Sri Krishna holding the flute, playing the flute. So this form is called the Sadbhuj form. A Sadbhuj deity is still situated at one end of the Jagannath temple. So in the Jagannath temple, there is the Sadbhuj deity. Daily Sankirtana performances take place in this part of the temple. The meeting of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is vividly described in Madhya Leela, chapter 6. So it's a wonderful pastime. We will read it as we go along. In Madhya Leela, we are going to hear about how Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he sees the Lord in Jagannath temple, he brings him home, and then how he's first teaching to Lord Chaitanya for 10 days. He's speaking the Vedanta for 10 days. And then after that, how he becomes a devotee of Lord Chaitanya. He becomes, in fact, a student of Lord Chaitanya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya wrote a book of 100 verses named Caitanya Shataka or Shushloka Shataka. So he wrote 100 verses glorifying the Lord. Two other verses he wrote beginning with the words Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga and Kalan Nashtam Bhakti Yogam Nijamya are very famous among Gaudiya Vaishnavas. The Gaur-Ganadesh Dipika 119 states that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was an incarnation of Brihaspati, the learned scholar from the celestial planets. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is Brihaspati. Brihaspati is the priest of all the demigods. And this is Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya in Caitanya Leela. So Gopinath Acharya was the brother-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's sister's husband. His name is Gopinath Acharya. He is coming from a Brahmana family, also living in Navadvip, and he was a constant companion of the Lord. He was the husband of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's sister. In the Gaur-Ganadesh Dipika 178, it is described that he was formerly the Gopi named Ratnavali. According to the opinion of others, he was an incarnation of Brahma. So Gopinath Acharya, some people say he's an incarnation of Brahma, but the Gaur Ganadesh Dipika describes that he is the Gopi Ratnavali in Krishna Leela. So we'll stop here for today. I'm wondering if anyone had any comments or wanted to add.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening and joining in. Caitaniya Caritamrita ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.